All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel.
I run like that. That's how I run. These CrossFit girls are too jacked now. I understand why you need to be that jacked for CrossFit. Don't you need to be like, yeah, like, I don't know. I want to know what cycle they're on. I'm trying to get on that. Trying to get jacked like that chick I just saw on TV. Just hoping that everyone's as excited as I am about the new announcement that came out the other day. The men's wellness. Fucking sick, eh? About time. About time. I'm probably gonna jump in there. I've got the perfect bottoms for it. I'm gonna get hair plugs and get luscious flowing locks and just join men's wellness. Fucking just get pretty as shit. I already look more sophisticated with glasses, so now I just need a little more Botox than I normally get. A little filler, you know what I mean? Get pretty. Whenever you sneeze, it's like so rewarding yet so terrifying at the same time. Just feel like your life's coming to an end. It's like a cold plunge, a little mini cold plunge for big guys. So we're back doing tricep shit. Nothing else to do. Okay. So I was thinking about this the other day because I tell people, I've talked about on videos, to cue people to get in like a better spot for doing triceps. This idea of taking whatever grip you're gonna take, I take a kind of a close grip. I don't take a wide grip. I'm kind of on the flat bar. There's actually no fucking reason why I use the bar that's bent. Because I use pretty much, my hand drops off the side, but whatever. So I pull this in. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that training, coming soon. Add that one to the list. I forgot to put that up. So the idea of the cue was, because we get all these people who kind of like, one, they'll start this thing in like an area where like they're, you know what I mean, they're over, or they'll get themselves really close to the bar, whatever it might be. We've all seen the variations. None of them are necessarily wrong, to be very honest with you. As long as you can get your elbow, your arm to fold in this position, if I can create stretch on my tricep by having my elbow smashed and my bicep basically grabbing my hand fairly close to my body, I wouldn't want it out here too much. As long as it's in this range, I could be leaning, I could be doing whatever I want straight, I could be, whatever else people do. I don't know what they do. I see so much shit every day, it's fucking insane. But the idea of this pulling in, retracting shoulders, tucking elbows down into lats, and basically creating like maybe a 2-inch gap between my chest and the bar, that's ideally where I'd want to start someone who doesn't know what they're doing or is trying to find their tricep. Because I get them in this upright position and then I'd have them tip forward from their hip. So the idea is that I'm here, I'm leaning forward from my hip, and this sets my weight where it should be. So I don't get here and then go and don't move my body. It's like a lot of you seem to not be able to do this, leaning from my hip and like rocking back and forth, up and down. Like, this is a foreign concept to everyone. The ability to like just use your lean from your hip and stand up tall. Everything that is either this or it's they don't want to fall or like put weight forward. It's a very precarious position for a lot of guys. I think with bodybuilders a lot of time it's like more so stiffness in the hamstrings, like not the ability to not be able to maintain this forward position on their body because their hamstring is so tight and they've never been able to stabilize their hamstring that it's like they immediately, when they lean forward, they're like, my back, like I got to get in my traps, right? And that's where it's going to stabilize. But like we said, elbow tucking into lat, shoulders tucked down. This idea of basically from the front, from the start of learning, of teaching someone how to cue, I want their elbows to kind of be by their side and then have their hands kind of place out in front of them a bit and then have this pressure go straight down. So when they fire up, they push straight down through the bar, they ride that elbow trend up and push up. And I was watching the other day when I was training someone and I was thinking like, I do that, but I do like a modified version of that just because I don't as you can see, if I pull in here, and then I set here and I flare, you guys and girls can see that my elbows are flared from this position. This is the position I'm putting people in. So what I do, that's because I'm still squeezed in my shoulders are back, right? So I'm in this position here where I'm flared. So it's a better position than most in the sense that I can create tension down through my bar. But what the real goal is for many people, this is gonna take a lot of stress off your shoulders, a lot of stress off your back, is I wanna get to this position and then I wanna literally push the bar out and tuck elbow in. So now in the back, I'm rounded. As you can see, you can't see I'm not here anymore, I'm here. So all I've done is gone from here to here. So I've opened and flared lat, and I've tucked now elbows into lat. And I'm still weight on the bar. So this is taking the pressure off my shoulders and keeping my elbows in tighter. And now I can throw through on a straighter line. As opposed to when I get tired, I can start cranking out. So the idea is that I want to be able to, like I said just now, if I'm here, the idea is to round the back in and then cave in. So if I was here, I want to curl and then set my elbows against my lats that are now flared. So I'm almost round in, pulled in on stomach, hip back, and I'm able to push straight through. On this way, you'll know when you hit the top because you'll get pulled out of the position a bit and you'll rock down. But I'm always tight in here, so I'm always hugged into lats that are open. So if I'm front relaxed, this is, you guys can picture meathead bodybuilders, I'm tucking my hands, my elbows into my lats. If I was here as wide as I could be, now I'm here and I tip over. So from the side, I'm here. So now I can get height as much as I want, as long as you got hip mobility and the ability of rocking your body up and down and pressing through, right?
Is this the same with the rope? Is it the same like?
It's, yeah, I mean, I would do it, I'll show it on this, like even on an abbreviated handle or short handle. Like I said, this isn't to say that you shouldn't do other variations of that style of bar press down. There's room for interpretation. There's room for like trying to hit this area, feel this more, I feel this more. It depends on the person's body structure too. So there's nothing wrong with the way you're doing it, as long as you have like your weight forward. And the whole idea is to get people out of this whole idea of doing this. And like rising up and pressing, because they're not getting any contraction. They're not controlling that weight with tempo. It's literally this throwing. Like, and you guys see everyone doing this all day, right? So on the same thing here, I would cue, this one would be easier for me because I would never even think to cue someone to pull this thing back. I would literally tell them right now, like, pull your elbows into you and be in this position already. So I'm not rounded in my back. I'm just flat in my back, and I'm kind of tucked into my lats. I've rolled my lats kind of forward, and I'm here in my lats, and I can throw. So from here, I can either be tight here, and I can press down through, end up with like an open hand position like we've talked about before, or I could stay in this tight position. I could even create more cave in like we've talked about before, and I can throw down in front. But again, if I walked up into it, it would be in my lats. It wouldn't be beside my body. My shoulder would be here. So I think just this placement of shoulder and where we put shoulder will indicate, like, will help you guys and girls feel your tricep better. So play with those angles and play with that shoulder position until you find something that you really connect with. It's not about like, these are the end all be all, don't do any other tricep movement. It's like, no, do other shit, dude. Like, don't do exactly what I did, especially if Mike said to do this and I don't fucking feel it that way. Okay, well, pull your elbow back a bit. And pull your shoulder back a bit. Maybe stand up a little taller, then push through. Like, it depends on the person, right? Someone who's very like back developed, I'm like someone who has, I guess you could say, like a developed back, and I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit rounded forward because of the my mid back, and I'm kind of here. So it's very comfortable for me to be in this position. For someone who's very rolled back and like very postured, like all the time, I'm more like here. My head kind of sits back, my chest stays kind of low. For someone who's very here, to tell them to pull back there is ridiculous. Like, they would have no, if they pulled into here, they'd be like, you know what I mean? So they got to find the angle for them. It might be a wider grip. It might never be this handle. Or it might be this handle with this like overhead grip, throwing down like you're doing a skull crusher in midair, right? We're back. The only issue with rope is that what I find, and I don't know why, because I do understand like people use the rope for it against like with the stoppers for an intended purpose of throwing down. But like you always have to get yourself in this like really leaned position and press down through. I could never do my rope here like unless I'm trying to spread out, which is like, this is a stupid ass exercise in my opinion. Like there's just so much tension going down and like wanting to pull me forward before I actually extend my tricep. I can't ever be postured here and be like this, or I could be like, I could press down, but it's like the contraction, the length of contraction, the length of like tension is so short. And it's fucking intense, man, because it's only 60 pounds and I'm like yanking on this thing. So when I do ropes, I'm sure, and a lot of people, like, a lot of clients I train, they do this, I'll do ropes with them, but I stopped doing ropes with them and I move more to the V-bar, the angle bar, just because a lot of them don't possess the grip strength to be able to hold this rope where it needs to be held. And they also don't understand torque and like the ability to like, if I'm grabbing this rope like here, so you guys see a rope that's just pushing down, I'm not grabbing it like that, I'm grabbing it like this and going here. So I have torque on this rope and I'm down on it just like I was that V handle. So you mean I'm not just grabbing a rope and then going, because as I keep going, this thing keeps sliding and I end up here. So if I grab on the rope on the angle that it's on, or if I grab here and roll to a position, now I have tension on the rope. Now I'm able to control this rope where it goes, because I feel like I'm almost able to pour down on this front knuckle. Like if I roll here, now I'm able to do that. So I'm able to torque my hand into this position when I push. I'm not going up and down like a, you know what I mean? So if I'm here and I'm torqued down on it, now I feel like I have force over this top knot of the rope. And I can create tension down through here. So I can, as you can see, the rope flares, but I have control of the rope because I'm manipulating through the grip of my hand. And I would do the same thing here. I would pull into lat, I would pull my shin back, I would have head forward, and I would let this thing rise to wherever I feel like I still maintain control. So if my lat can take it up and then I can throw down through my lat and elbow, then I'll be here. And I would do that to turn out. I wouldn't do rope things just to be here going, because nothing's happening. If there's no torque, if there's no pressure, there's no press, then it's not a press down. You're just flinging something up and down. So that's all you guys do, this fucking, get here and go. It's like, it's working your tricep. There's no doubt about it. It's just how well is it working your tricep. All these exercises that I'm giving you advice on how to do better, what you're currently doing is working to some degree. It's not like it's not working. See what I mean? Like you're moving weight around, there's resistance, there's tension. Like I've said before, it's just this trying to make things as efficient as possible. So we're spending less and less time here actually working out. Spend the whole day and hang out, like we said. Chill out. This is the place you want to be here. But like work-wise, would you want to work all day, or would you want to work for a certain amount of time and get off at a certain amount of time? Right? I don't want to work all day. Right? That's what you guys are doing. Like your goal in here should be to like hit it, get the fuck out, or relax. Because we're not growing in here, like we've said, and a million other people have said before, and never seems to sink into people's fucking brains. We're not growing in here. You're damaging in here. So you gotta get out of here to fucking rebuild and grow and get better. So if you're gonna spend 3 hours here doing your income tax at the front on your laptop, fielding fucking 3 or 4 business calls, and then you're doing fucking cardio for an hour, then you're coming over and doing a workout for an hour, and then you fucking go for lunch, do some more fucking nonsense on the fucking laptop, then you're going to go train with a trainer. It's like by the time you've gotten to the trainer or the second workout, nothing's happening. Your body is beat to shit. And then people who do this like very rigorous, like all day activities, like working out all the time, they like look in the mirror after months and they're like, nothing's happening. It's like, yeah, because your body's stressed the fuck out. Like do the stuff that you want to do for the day in this fucking window, and then have the rest of your day outside of that window to do what you need to do and recover and relax and eat and rest and all this stuff. Like it's fine if you want to do a whole bunch of shit and jam it into a fucking hour window, hour and a half window, go for it. but give yourself the rest of that time to recover from it so that you can come back and do it again. It's not like how much time you dedicate in the day over the course of the day to activity. It's about like how good is that activity when you do it, and are you recovering from it, right? So yes, steroids and performance enhancing drugs expedite that process, but it's like most of you that are training in that crazy style, or that with this much activity and movement, most of you aren't on anything like that. And you're wondering why, like, hey, I'm not getting the same results as that other guy who literally looks like he's jacked out of his mind on gear, or girl. And you're like, they're getting tons of results. It's like, yeah, because they're doing things that are eliciting that result happening at an expedited pace, right? Like, it's not you. So don't do that shit if you're natural. It's actually insane.